All right, what up, fam? I promised it. I promised it. I told you that I'm on the same wavelength, some kind of energy level that me and Upchurch seem to match. This guy is delivering crazy synchronicities to me every freaking week. Every time he gets on one of these things, and he starts talking about it, and I was just like, yo, I should just be reacting to these live because then you guys can hear my reaction to this. So I see that he just uploaded one 8 days ago, and let's go right now. I said before, like, as a low-key narcissist myself, I feel like possibly Ryan subscribes to my channel. He hears the things I say when he goes and does little talking videos or something like that. I always feel like he's reacting to a shitty comment someone left me. And he's trying to like pat the caveman on the shoulder and be like, yo, dog, don't put too much, don't lean on that too much. This guy's full of shit, right? So definitely not the case, I'm sure. But either way, the synchronicity fires in my mind every time I hear this young man talk. So let's go into this and let's see what he has to say on this one. This is from 8 days ago. From now on, I'm just going to start reacting to these as they come out. All right, my space bar is out of commission.
The most fascinating things I can say I've experienced with this job that I have in this line of work is the way you get to observe and see different sides of human behavior. And I think most of the bizarre human behavior we're seeing now is because of the side effects of the internet. If you ask me,
yeah,
the internet,
wow,
and the World Wide Web was made for something besides learning stuff.
Here we go, here we go.
Definitely something more than learning stuff. Definitely more than even making money. I mean, the name alone, come on. World Wide Web. What happens when you get in a web? You get stuck. Internet. What happens when you enter a net? You're stuck.
You're
I don't
caught.
expect it to be made for learning or giving anybody knowledge, since it has so much false, on purpose, wrong knowledge. I mean, think about it. With everything that gets promoted, everything that pops up in front of your face on accident, even though you're like, what the fuck, I would never look that up. All these different images, you know, entering your imagination, it alters how you think, how you feel, everything. Now, if it was about money, like we said before, if this was designed for money, then why does it try to make you feel and act a certain way that is not good for you? Don't you think a country full of happy, flourishing people would make way more money than one that is tearing itself apart because of what? Internet. Internet is attached to a lot of shit. I mean, it's attached to you every day of your life. Me, every day of my life. In our pocket. Right beside the pocket that holds your wallet. That's why your phone's listening to everything you say. And it's like, buy this. You're like, fuck, I really do need this. It's because it knows you. It knows how to pickpocket you. If it can steal your money, it can steal your thoughts. If it can steal your money and steal your thoughts, then it can choose your personality. If it can choose your personality, it can alter or change your friend group. If it can change your friend group, it can alter your belief system. And last but not least, if it can alter your belief system, then it can take faith away from you. So you have zero faith in yourself, which...
You know, and that's so true because I'll subscribe and hit the like button to certain channels and they never, ever share it with me. And then after a week or two, I forget about it, you know, and then 2-3 years down the line, I end up seeing something. And, wow, dude, I totally forgot about that channel. I remember a channel right now just popped up in my mind, Black Conservative Patriot. I was listening to him and his kids periodically, pretty regularly for a couple of years, and then something happened and they disappeared. And then I searched for them and they disappeared. And then they completely disappeared. And it's like, what did happen? Did they get canceled? Did they get taken down completely? I mean, these people had big channels, you know? But they can. Lately, I've been getting these videos recommended to me from MSNBC, The Hill. Man, I don't listen to that shit. I report it. Maybe I'll report it as not factual information. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that, but quit sharing that shit to me. Nothing along with anyone I follow should lead you to believe that might be information I want to hear. If I want to suddenly go hear that, I'll probably hear it on The Benny Show or maybe on Joe Rogan or something like that. But Jimmy Dore, I mean, I do follow some more left conservatives because we're all conservative unless we're crazy right now. This day and age, it's for real. Let's get back into this, man. I love these things he does.
It causes mass depression. Not only mass depression, but people having anxiety because their social skills drop because no one's talking to each other how they should. And
I try being a YouTuber. I try to share with other YouTubers. And, you know, I found a couple people that I can talk to and we exchange numbers. But throughout the last 8 years of having a skateboarding channel and trying to communicate with other people, I would say there is a majority of people that aren't comfortable talking on the phone anymore. And to me, that's very sad. And there's just something really wrong with that.
even if your social skills didn't drop, so many out here's has dropped that the ones who still have great social skills really have no fucking body to talk to.
Honestly, that's because I think most of this world has been retarded. I'm going to use the word they say I can't use it. I'm going to say that because retarded doesn't mean special needs. Special needs are the kids and the people who have special needs, and we show great compassion to them. Retarded is just dumb fucks. It's just talking about the dumb fucks. Or NPCs, you know, the non-player character, like the person in the video game that no one is controlling, you know. I think there's a lot of NPCs in the world, and I think that's what Ryan's about to get into right now. The NPCs can't, and I mean, I see it on the left media. I see it in the media on the left for sure. Anytime you've got like man on the street, you know, whether it's Crowder or whoever it might be, they're talking to non-player characters because they can spit the propaganda, they can repeat that, but they can't elaborate on it at all. They're getting their information from one source and it's all lies. And I think pretty soon your mind turns to Jello and you turn into an NPC. So let's go.
Now, think about this sentence.
Okay, good.
People used to be social and network until social media network.
Get it?
That a crazy sentence? It is. So when you take that into consideration, and you take the fact that no one really talks to each other with words anymore.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people who don't have good vocabulary or don't know the vocabulary they're even talking. Then in the future, how could there ever be men or women of their word?
Yeah.
There can't. They're making words not matter. They're trying to replace words with numbers. So in the future, there is no man of their word. There's only man of numbers. That's it. And if you are a man or woman of your word, what did they do? They shove words in your mouth. It's not your words in the first place. They were someone else's idea.
Memes, right? Is he going to talk about memes? I always think about that. You know, I've expressed on my show. No, I've expressed here. I struggle a little bit with the desire to look at a naked lady. You know, this went back to my childhood, the Sears catalog. You know, the bra section. I'm divulging a lot of information here. But nowadays, this day and age, they've got memes of this. And these memes produce these ideas. And I think that is the most dangerous kind of PORN you can possibly imagine. Don't look at anything that has words on it, a meme. That's dangerous. So if you're a younger person watching me, that should be your first rule. If you're going to go down any one of those dark, dirty alleys, even for a little time, do not look at anything that has somebody else's ideas on it because they're freaking warped. All right. That's my rule. But anyway, let's go back.
Of words that you could possibly say. So then a man of his word loses the credibility of his word because of something he didn't say, metaphorically speaking. Which leads me back to the money thing. I know some people's going to be like, well, no, it definitely is about money, church. Maybe a little bit. But it's also about something else because there's a weird...
Hold up. I think I might have left myself giant. I definitely don't want to be as giant as Upchurch. So let me just walk away from this right here and go back and look at my settings and make myself smaller. If I need to, cut myself down to size. All right, I'm much more comfortable in this room now. I was running out of air. There wasn't enough air to breathe with two giants in the room.
Error in human behavior that is happening, which lets me know that money is not the only thing. Numbers is not the only thing. And here's what it is. If that's the case, why is there this weird error where people who are in fact barely making ends meet are on the internet with a persona acting rich and wealthy to get rich and wealthy when they are in fact not rich and wealthy? That is an error. Because think about it. If you're barely making ends meet and you're playing a character that is rich and wealthy to get rich and wealthy, where is that going to end you? In the end, it's going to leave you barely making ends meet because you were the artificial rich and wealthy, not the natural rich and wealthy. So that leads me to ask you this question, viewer.
Okay.
In time of need, and if your life depended on it, are you going to follow a man of their word or a man of their numbers? Because let me tell you this. A man of their word has shut their mouth and listened to many other men's words.
Hollow boy.
A man of numbers is going to see you as taken away from their number. And that ain't good for you. Since we were kids, we've been told what? Knowledge is power. I know somebody out there remembers watching Schoolhouse Rock. I don't think knowledge is power. I think time to observe is power. If knowledge was power, then the fuck's going on? Because here's all the knowledge, right? It's in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, there's a lot more stupid motherfuckers to have all the knowledge in your pocket. Well, that's because they're chasing sense instead of remaining with their common sense. It's a different sense. Different form of sense to get rid of your senses. So then what? Well, now the higher up people who understand every fucking part of common sense, which is why they're able to do and implement things in society to change your common sense. It's because they understand common sense. So they're taking people's common sense away to chase the sense, like money. And what do people do for it? Lie, steal, backstab. Now you see why everyone on the internet who has common fucking sense and just says what they want are the ones getting canceled. The ones...
Or sent. I'm thinking back as a kid to the cartoon. What was the cartoon? What was the cartoon that had the... Was it... I don't remember if it was a skunk or, you know, a cartoon. But they put the apple pie and you see the scent, the scent, the smoke come up and get in the... And then somebody follows the scent. Like, I don't even think he brought up that kind of scent, but that kind of scent fits here too, I think. Let's see what Ryan says.
They're trying to erase. They don't want any men of words saying fucking words. Which is why men and women of their words On here, what happens to him? Well, the number
Canceled.
man comes, and he makes your numbers go down, so your words aren't as loud anymore.
Yeah.
Because if they're not as loud anymore, then no one will hear you enough to fucking gain their common sense.
Yeah, and I try.
And have faith in themselves and their community. You know what I think all this is?
What do you
I think
think?
we're an experiment of experience and an exhibit or example of expedition and exploration.
I go with that.
Church sermon is over.
Church sermon.
Boy. Boy.